ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Minecraft game show designed to test your imagination and push your creativity to the limits. Get ready to be supercharged. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1 of SuperCharged, the modded Minecraft game show designed to challenge your imagination. In this episode, we've got 4 players ready to go through the rounds. SuperCharged is a 4-round points accumulated game show. The winner will be determined at the end by most points accrued. In this particular episode, we've got Professor Mobius, Pokefen, Dinius, and Bevo LJ. We've got 3 judges for the game itself determining points: Rick, Corjaantje, and Udaldor, also known as VM no confusion there. With me, as always, for commentary and announcing is WayofTime, and we have some special commentators that are going to be tagging along with us as well. I'm going to hand it off to the judges and let them catch us up to speed on rules and regulations. Judges!
Yeah. Do you want me to do the honors, Udaldor?
Sure. Go ahead.
Cool. So, okay, let's go. First of all, I will quickly start with introducing basically what the game is about, and then we will head on to the normal rules. So, the game starts on the starting island, and one player gets a color by the computer. If a player gets a color that's already taken, the player will get to choose his own color. Once all 4 players have their colors, they will go up the elevator blocks to the main platform, where they will wait for the game to start. Once all players are ready, the players will grab a pair of shiny sunglasses and the game will begin. Once the game has started, the judges will share the main objective with the players will run to the platform and the timer will start. They are allowed to use as many resources as they want from the public resources ME network, which is basically straight ahead. You will see a sign, pretty much self-explanatory. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And they can store as much as they wish in their private ME network so other people can't access it. Each player also has access to a set of machines on their part of the main platform. They can use the liquids present there, and they are allowed to use any of the aura nodes if they decide to go with anything Thaumcraft related. For bonus points, they can use the items that were put in the iron chest by the judges. Once the 30-minute timer runs out and hits 0, the players must stop building and meet up with the other players at the main platform. The judges will take a closer look at each player's builds, and the player gets to explain what it does and show it in action. After all players have been interviewed, the judges will discuss how many points each player gets.
Yeah.
The person that scored the highest average will be awarded with a spot on the Wall of Fame. You want to do the different stuff?
That is pretty much the basic rules of the game, or how it is played. Now, we've also got some other rules, some additional rules that you should keep in mind. And one is not allowed to build outside of their pre-assigned area. So you all get an area up on your platform that you can build on. You cannot build down. Very important right there. Or you could die, which is bad. And you are allowed to build as high as you wish. By the way, you cannot enter another player's area either. Or touch anything that he or she built. Of course, don't grieve anyone else. And keep in mind that the game is purely for fun, so don't feel bad if your plan doesn't work out. Don't break your builds if it doesn't work out, because you'll still get points for non-working builds. Non-working builds are better than builds that aren't existent. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Also, if there are any resources that you need that you don't have, just tell a judge and we'll fix that, and we'll also pause the timer if that's needed. I think that's about it.
Cool. So, if the 4 people that are actually playing this round will meet up with me right now, so we can actually design the color. So, Bevo, Pokefen, Dinius, and Prof Mobius. So, yeah, if one of you would like to step on the pressure plate, okay, Bevo, your color is red. Please go upstairs and wait for us. Okay, next one. Prof Mobius, your color is yellow. Same with you. Please go upstairs and wait for us. Then Pokefen. Green. Cool. And Dinius, that leaves you with blue.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well.
Cool. So, let's all get upstairs so we can begin. So, yeah. Is everybody ready?
Ready, ready?
And I think we
Ready.
are good to go. Let's see. Quickly. What we will do is, if anyone wants to get ready to their point, we will quickly get everything started. Udaldor, if you would like to activate the, the entire contraption, basically.
Right now?
Sure.
Let's go.
I'm gonna hide.
Yeah. Is it all gonna explode?
All right.
This is the point where you duck and cover, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow, yeah.
I think we just set some folks on fire.
Okay,
Go.
the game
Just a
has
little bit.
begun. Okay, so
I'm almost dead. I'm almost
Okay.
dead.
guys, run to your islands, and we will quickly tell you guys what basically the gist is of what you need to build. So the objective of today is ore processing. Think of any way you can think of, basically, to create a genius system to enhance ore processing. Basically, you can do whatever you think feels right. Use whatever mods you feel it fits you best, and think what will be the most efficient one of using, getting the most of your resources within probably the most efficient time, the least amount of resources required or power required, or whatever you feel seems good. So anything else I need to say, Udaldor?
I do not think so. We would also like to mention, though, the last thing is that the bonus items for this round is a turtle, a basic processor assembly, and a Thaumcraft golem, gathering core, and golemancer bell. Now, if you do want to use any of the Thaumcraft ones, you need to use all of them together, so they all count as one item in the actual build. I think that's good, right?
Cool. So be sure to know that these are bonus items. You are not required to use them, but for extra points you can use them, and we will take that in account.
That was a golem, and what else?
A Thaumium golem, a gathering core, and a golemancer bell is one of the bonus items. A basic processor assembly is the second one, so that's from Applied Energistics, and a basic turtle.
Okay.
So as you guys can see, the timer has already started, so be sure to get going, and we will quickly tell you guys what we'll be basically judging you guys on. The things are creativity, the yield from the ores, the complexity, so basically, how complex is it that you are building, and how much crazy thinking that you have to do to get there, and basically the item bonus, so the items that are in these chests will give you bonus points. So yeah, that's pretty much all good, I think.
Ready, start? Or, well, it has.
It has started, yeah.
So, yeah, cool. So we will quickly move all the other players into a different TeamSpeak room, and the judges will quickly set up the monitors that you will see up floating in here, so it's all ready for you guys. Cool.
Alright, we'll move now.
Have fun.
Now, which animation core do they have? They have Gather, so that would be one use for it. Now, I'm wondering if he's going to go onwards and actually have it so that he can put stuff in with golems, or if he's going to use other methods like that.
Yeah. Well, you can do so many things with golems. It's ridiculous. So.
I'm surprised they are mostly using the alloy smelter for smelting. Instead, they probably don't know that we got an induction furnace with 100% heat set up right here.
Haha.
By the way,
Yeah, it
Fuzzy,
doesn't seem like anybody
Huh?
does have that.
you can fly now.
Well, I do think
okay.
that comes back to personal habits.
Am I invisible
No.
today?
You're visible.
We are all
So-
visible.
Yeah, so just make sure that
Okay.
you stay in the center, stay out of the way of the players themselves, and we don't want to excessively clutter their play space or distract them.
Right.
I do think it's interesting. IC2 has kind of stepped out of the spotlight in recent versions, so a lot of people aren't quite as familiar with it as they used to be.
That is true.
Habits are going to be very interesting to see who goes to what machine. As it's been pointed out, a lot of people are going to the alloy smelters or going to the sag mills or whatnot. So I'll be curious to see who hits what machines predominantly.
Yeah, it seems like most people have gotten into their minds that Ender IO's processing is pretty good. We see Bevo has a bit of copper and tin, so I'm thinking he's probably going to alloy a few things up. But no one has, except for Fen, have put down anything. And in fact, PokeFen has finished his Infernal Furnace.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, it looks like Pokepen's working at breakneck speed this particular episode. I don't think anybody else has blocks on the field just yet.
Yeah. Udaldor, just a quick side note. I am a little bit considering on perhaps pausing the timer for an extra 2 minutes, maybe in the last few minutes, because we kind of spent the first 2 minutes explaining everything that we need to do, and basically wasted a little bit of time doing that. So we might need to give them just a minute or two extra time at the end.
I was just about to say that. Very good idea.
Yeah.
Just a note for the audience at home, this is very much a, it's not a trial run, there's actually been a trial run once already, but this is the first go at it, and kinks will definitely be worked out of the system as we move along in future episodes.
One thing that we didn't mention in the beginning of the video, the people here spectating didn't all get to present themselves.
Oh wow, that's terrible.
Yeah, well,
You're right.
Yeah.
quick
this is sad
introduction.
face.
One of the special commentators that we've actually got buzzing around the arena right now is a certain Mr. Direwolf20. Direwolf, would you like to pitch in on things?
How's it going?
Doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
We are very happy to have you sitting in with us up here in the announcer's box. So feel free to pipe in at any time if you see something interesting going on.
Yeah, definitely. No, I like the map. It looks really nice. I definitely like the use of computer craft monitors under the timer for the scoreboards for everybody.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, that will be the most easy way to quickly display whatever we need to the players. I mean, quite cool.
Also, our other special commenter today is Fuzzy, I do believe.
Yes, I am.
Fuzzy, how are you today?
I am very fine. Thanks.
Do we have normal dirt, guys?
This is
I'm
dry
quickly typing
dirt.
it.
Bevo has dry dirt on his building platform.
Yeah, Bevo's definitely got something up his sleeve.
Now I might want to
Yeah,
check
I
out
don't know,
what the
dry
uses
dirt
are
and
for
cake.
dry dirt.
Dry.
Yes, I should actually.
Right now, it seems like the person that has spent the longest amount of time at the machines has actually been Professor Mobius. He's definitely got something up his sleeves.
Well, most of the tech things definitely require a lot of early processing to get all of your, well, early stuff. I can see that he's grinding a bunch of actually gold ingots to gold dust and doing another few processing steps with the ores themselves. I'm wondering, now do
gonna
you
be-
know of anything that uses the dust for their primary recipes?
There's
Not
not
sure, but-
many.
I am not sure.
Does he know that there are a bunch of items laying on the ground right here, and that any player can pick them up? Probably. The ones.
You're off on the ball with things pretty quick.
Maybe
Um,
just like throw him there. Like forget about
Just a quick note to go over who we've actually got playing. Dynios is actually the mod developer for Refined Relocation. We've got Pokepen, the mod developer of Totemic. And then we actually have Professor Mobius himself, the creator of such things as Wayla, Jabba, and Opus. Then Bevo LJ, YouTuber extraordinaire, rounding things out himself. So it's quite a mix.
it. Bevo is chopping down MFR rubber trees. Don't you have
Oh.
MFR rubber in your ME? If not, that's kind of a thing.
No, only rubber saplings.
Oh, so you wanted them to do this?
Well, it depends
Well,
on how
if you-
much rubber that he's going to actually require. I think it might be another thing that we're going to, in future, want to add to it.
Yeah, again, this is a test round. We do want to have as many raw materials as possible. We want the players to have to do things to get the materials, and supplying saplings instead of the actual materials is one of those things. Now again, this is a test round, and if it takes too much time, the players can always say that afterwards, and we'll consider changing it. That's the plan at least. Right, Corjaantje?
Well,
Yep.
you do have bone meal, so there's a thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did you guys notice we have a calorimetric burner on one of the platforms?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Ooh.
Wait.
Dynius on the blue side
Oh,
has a
right.
calorimetric burner.
Ooh, nice.
Is
That
it
is a
gonna
very
power
interesting choice.
or
Yeah.
smeltery thing?
Also, it seems Pokefen's really taking the bonus items to heart, and he has his computer craft turtle, and I believe he's going to be dropping
yeah.
stuff using that.
I see.
Nice.
Interesting. And then there is a golem in front of it, and he's putting the stuff in the chest.
Udaldor?
We have a question for one of the players on the field. Judge will actually have to make an answer on that one.
Let's see. Can I use the?
We are
honor for
running
this?
already low on time, so.
I know my opinion on this.
Wow,
My
we're
person-
already on 15 minutes.
Yeah, half the actual allotted time is up. Now we're going to put another 3 minutes on the board just for the sake of, well, a bumpy start, but still, that's 18 minutes total running.
Yeah.
Now, my personal opinion is that they should make some attempt at power. It shouldn't require power from an off network to be able to run.
Should we say no then? I think so, myself.
Well,
vote no.
Okay.
I don't
As a
think we
commenter.
gave them any form of giving them like power on
Well-
their platform. So their builds, they have to go to power them themselves. If
Yeah,
they're
that-
deciding to go for the power and not for magic, which is very interesting too.
That
Well,
definitely puts an advantage on the magic side of things early game.
Yeah, that's true.
Corjaantje, have we told the players that we will be adding 3 extra minutes to the game?
Nope, but I will quickly tell them now.
Let's go.
Now, I remember as a contestant from the old Wrenched series, usually people started building stuff in like the final 5. They'd have a final spurt of speed, and then everything would get built in all one go.
You know, Way of Time, that does actually bring up a very good point. Something that we should make a definite nod to for Direwolf 20. This series is very much inspired by Direwolf 20's original Wrenched series.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah. You know what? And what I learned in that series is that 30 minutes is not nearly as long as it seems.
No, no.
It's really not. Everybody's like, 30 minutes? I could build like a ton of stuff in 30 minutes, and then they sit down and play it, and they're like, oh man, everybody runs out of time.
Exactly. That's pretty much also the exact same thing that they just said when I quickly had a talk to them. Like, we currently have 14 more minutes, and we will be adding 3 minutes. What? 14 more minutes? Yep. 14
Well,
more
yeah,
minutes.
we have played like a test round, and it was like I was going for a really basic build, and I couldn't get it done completely. So
yeah,
oh,
it
and
was
good to see you
really
here
tight.
again, Rick.
yeah, I had some problems. My DNSs are probably broken and computer stuff. And
Well, you're back, so that's good.
We do have a quite diverse collection of staff and players from all around the world, so every once in a while some technical issues or hurdles get hit.
yeah,
Indeed.
I think that probably, and I think probably Way and Dyer would agree with this, that your clock ends up being the biggest enemy for you in this actual thing.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
well, yeah.
Now-
If you didn't have a clock, you could basically build anything you want.
And also, another thing I'd like to point out is that having the clock in itself, knowing that there's a time limit and knowing that it's staring at you in the face can definitely make you stall at several points in the game.
Yeah.
Now, just a quick note, I'm seeing power on the table over on Professor Mobius's field.
Oh, yeah.
He's got power generation
Ah.
going right now.
There we go.
It's
Cool.
a steam dynamo.
Yeah, he's kicking in
That
some
is
thermal
not
expansion.
the easiest way.
Now,
It needs
did-
water all the time.
Well, it is.
Be-
It is nice to see everyone use different mods,
Yeah.
because you always have the chance that like 3 or 4 people all use the same mod for their thing.
Yeah, and
Think
especially
about
if you look
water.
at the item bonus, or bonus items.
Yes, actually, I'm quite perplexed. Like if people, because I don't think everyone has used the bonus item yet. That people haven't gone with factorization, because that adds ore tripling and maybe even quadrupling.
I'd like to interject at that point because we do have on Dynius' side the first factorization block.
Oh yes, of course.
It seems we have a Steam thing.
Yeah, calorimetric
yes,
burner
of
right
course.
here as well. Very cool.
Oh yes. Well,
Beeble's asking.
I'm sort of a derp with like 18 FPS, so
Yeah, Bebo's asking if they can plug into the AE systems.
Yes, you can.
Called by the judges again on the actual field. We've got a lot of things going on PokeFen's side. I'm still not sure what his agenda is, but he's definitely got a breakneck speed to it.
What I'm guessing is that he has the general ores dropped by the computer, getting the clusters, and then actually I don't think it does clusters, sorry. But what is the power for a rolling machine I see?
Yep.
Um,
Seems to be.
Ooh,
Just he told him that
A
we are
rolling
not
machine
supplying
right
with
here.
power, so.
rolling machine.
that's interesting.
Interesting
But-
choice. Yes.
What I'm wondering
Yeah.
is, since he is going magic with his build, why is he using some thermal expansion power?
Well, maybe he's going to
Well-
combine the two.
The timer will now resume for everyone's.
The rolling machine needs a little power. I think it's
That
just for
would
that.
be awesome to see.
Also, do we need any more people to be introduced? Vaygrim?
I do not think so.
Well,
Been
we've got-
introduced?
We have a couple of extra people that we have sitting in on things. We have a certain Razzleberry Fox sitting in the commentators box and following things around. Raz is the actual developer of DecoCraft, and here cheering on Professor Mobius.
Ooh.
Yeah. No
So I think
bias
the
there.
request for a cheering section was quite an unexpected turn of events.
No,
Yeah,
definitely.
we did
Yeah,
not
we
expect
actually
that.
had quite a discussion about that in TeamSpeak earlier.
I still have nowhere to sit.
But I made you a chair and everything.
So, Rez, what do you think about Professor Mobius's?
Honestly,
Stuff.
I have no idea what he's doing. Since I'm banned from talking to him.
Oh, yeah, well.
We
But
can't
you
have
still-
outside
you know
influence
him
on the
best.
players, can we?
Also,
No.
I suppose.
If y'all wanna come over to PokeFan, he's doing some really interesting stuff here. He's got some rails placed down.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he is seeing
And Redstone
technical
ore.
things and magic. That's very
Wow.
interesting. I like to see that.
another thing to note, Vaygrim, is that we ourselves have not been introduced.
Oh,
Well, WayofTime
System-
is the mod developer for Blood Magic. I have to say, probably one of my up-and-coming favorite mods is to the fact that it's such a different approach to way things are done. Now, Way, do you have anything else that you need to add in about yourself?
I do not believe so. I also had a brief 1-year YouTubing career, and that was an interesting series, and I also have competed myself on Wrenched, so I have a bit of a perspective from that past series that has a similar style to this.
Now, the audience may or may not know me. My name is Vaygrim. I am the general voice out there on the internet. I am a YouTuber, still up and coming on things, but I'm definitely trying.
Very
now-
awesome.
I think Way and Direwolf are the only ones in our current batch that have been on that original show. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
I believe so.
Ooh.
Now,
yeah,
one
True.
interest. Now,
Also,
Good,
check-
Way.
this
Judges?
is one thing I've
Look at
always
the blue
noticed
corner.
with people using modded Minecraft is that they always struggle with vanilla stuff. Pokefan is seemingly struggling with the rail placements.
yes, yes, I saw.
Now it's
I did the same thing. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're notorious with vanilla.
I'm the only one walking around.
Oops.
I'm not
We
sure
can
if
fix that.
Now, does that count as part of the build? The redstone ore inside the ground?
Probably not. That's a mistake.
I don't think that redstone. I think he basically just grabbed onto his nearest block.
I have to say, it looks very decorative.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just.
It is a different style of building. We could almost call it modern art.
Now,
I'm also glad.
Dinios actually has something very interesting going on over here, ladies and
Uh-oh.
gentlemen.
Oh, I see
Whoa.
what he's doing.
Ah.
Boom.
Explosions!
I think we've got some diamond shards being made for factorization.
Oh, right.
Now,
yeah.
factorization has an interesting step with his ore processing. What you have to do is take a diamond block and explode it by interesting means, either by creeper explosions or, as we just saw, TNT. Thankfully, he didn't destroy the remainder of his platform, but he still made a bit of a mess.
That is one thing
Always
we
fun.
realized during the test round. I was actually messing around with Pneumaticraft and I needed some compressed iron. Didn't really work out very well with TNT on the platform.
Now, I noticed
Well-
a few mods are tending to use TNT as a certain power source or a part of the processing. I believe, Dyer, you were telling me earlier about a flower in Botania about that?
Yep, one of the new flowers in Botania uses a TNT explosion to generate some of the magical energy it has. And it absorbs the explosion, so if the flower has no mana in it, it'll absorb the explosion and the explosion won't do any damage to blocks. But if it does have some mana in there, it won't absorb the explosion and the explosion will still do damage.
Well,
Sounds
So
fun.
you
one good
kind of
thing
have
is
to be
that
like
the
really
the
smart
materials
about
that
how
we,
you do it.
Yeah.
one good thing is that the materials that the platforms are mostly built out of, which are being iron and steel tank rolls, are pretty explosion proof.
Yeah, pretty explosion
We have
proof, yeah.
tried. We made a mistake with them, and we tried to blow it up, and it only exploded like the adjacent blocks, directly adjacent.
Oh.
Real quick interjection. I'd like to bring to Way of Time's attention and Direwolf. I'm seeing a bank of furnaces on Professor Mobius's playfield. If you guys had to guess, what do you think he's up to?
Well, I saw he's making glass, but
Oh,
What is he going
That's
to
something
do?
I saw happen a lot in Wrenched. A lot
Yeah.
of people
10
use
more
that.
minutes left too.
I
Because
believe.
doing those like furnaces like that is way faster than running back and forth to the
Yeah.
cooking machines.
even
Also,
if
there
you do
was
have some induction smelters at your fingertips, sometimes you just need a bank of old-fashioned furnaces.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Now, I'm seeing
Especially-
over here on the red side, there's still no blocks on the field, aside from a couple crafting tables and some cake.
Yeah, I wonder what
Wow.
Bevo's up to.
It
Yeah.
looks like, if I had to make a judgment call, it looks like Pokefen's actually getting close to finished.
Wow.
Which is probably going to be a surprise to him, especially.
Yeah.
look at his real system.
Pokefen's got golems in activity right now on the field.
Very
Now, the
nice.
only
Very
thing
cool.
that he hasn't used from his bonus chest is the AE circuitry. The basic
is correct.
processor assembly. And the things that you can probably use that. Now, an interesting thing is that it's an unfired one. Is that, if I were to guess, he'd probably have to do some sort of AE storage.
If he wanted to
Well.
use it, yes.
Well,
Yeah.
he could use them to export into the railcraft thing. I forgot what it's called. The item loader, I think, to load the items into the chest.
That's one way you
Actually,
could use it. Yeah.
This is the unloader, I think.
It
No,
looks
the
like
unloader unloads.
Yeah, it
Loader
unloads cards. Right?
it
But if he
looks
wants
like
to load,
Gyneas
if he
actually
wants
has
to load a
hardcore
card, then-
factorization going on.
Ooh, he's
Ooh.
using the barrel method.
Ooh.
Very,
Well,
very
it
interesting.
is the most efficient way. Like it can triple ores and stuff. So,
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
there's
he'll need
still-
a few more machines if he wants to triple ores, but
well,
this one
yeah,
at least will
but
give him double.
you know, he's got 8 minutes.
yeah, he's gonna struggle to get that.
The current curveball that I'm waiting to hit is Bevo LJ. He's got almost nothing on the playfield right now. He is playing it very close to the vest.
He does have some cakes.
Yeah.
Well,
I might
Direwolf.
want to take a look in his AE system, his personal one, to see what he's got in there that can tell a lot about someone's plans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
Also,
I
should we
remember,
still
Dyer.
introduce all the judges? I think we just completely forgot about introducing ourselves, honestly.
Wow.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Well, current round
Here,
of judges
people.
that we've actually got going on right now. We've got Corjaantje, King of the Creepers himself, YouTuber extraordinaire. We've got Udaldor, another very talented YouTuber. And we've got Rick. Now, Rick, you have a longer name than that, but I, being a silly American, have trouble pronouncing it.
Almost everyone has. Right now
Same
I'm
with me.
using Rigby Burkler in game 2, but I'm switching to Rick Solo. Because people can actually pronounce
Rick
that.
B. Burkelber.
Rick,
Yeah.
welcome in my life.
There.
These Scandinavian people can do
Rigby
it.
build.
Now,
Well, I am from Texas, here in the southern United States, which means that quite often I'm lucky if I can pronounce anything English correct itself. So bear with me.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Hey, there's a loader and unloader.
I am seeing
There we
in
go.
Bevo's system,
See,
I
it
am
was an
seeing
unloader
some
on
gear,
there.
some tin.
It does
I-
look like Professor Mobius
using
placed down
pistons.
an induction smelter over here. And that is a very interesting way to go with ore processing, because you can use some sand in there to process ores, right?
You use sand and induction smelters to get doubling with the chance of getting slag as a bonus.
Oh.
Slag lets you actually do tripling quite often.
Now that's a thing that could
That's
result in
yield
higher
right
yields.
there.
Well, here
Ew.
is the thing to keep in mind, though, ladies and gentlemen. We've only got 6 minutes left on the board. The clock is literally ticking out.
Did we
Um,
add those minutes to the clock itself?
Yes.
Or...
Yep, we already passed it for 2 minutes.
Well,
3
It's
minutes
like-
have been
close
added
enough.
back to the clock itself. Yeah, it looks
But
like
he picked it
Dynius
up.
and Pokefan are definitely farther along on things than the other two. Bevo LJ and Professor Mobius are definitely just now, well, at least Professor Mobius, just now getting into a stride of things. Now, we also need to make sure the audience remembers there's still 2 more rounds on this. Points accrual could be completely different round to round based upon goals. I'm really liking the complexity that Pokefan's put behind his system. It's looking real nice.
Indeed.
Yeah, he's got Railcraft, he's got Thumbcraft, Computercraft, he's got a lot of mods.
Oh, and this rail seems to be an overshoot rail so that he can get off. Now, there's one thing that he is missing, and it's some sort of rail on top of the unloader. So he will need to handle that for it to be a complete build.
He
Yeah,
might
he
be
still
working
needs
on
a
that
detector
right
up
now.
there.
Yeah.
He's
Evo
probably
is
working
still
on the-
crafting, but he has
Oh.
already got some thermal expansion machines down.
Yeah, we do have blocks on the
I
playfield
do.
for Bevo LJ.
I do want to see what he's going to do with them, because in a normal thermal expansion only setup you wouldn't ever put them really far apart, because you could have them next to each other.
Right.
Well, he
yeah.
might be accounting for power right now. We'll see.
Unless
Maybe he
he's
just
going
wants
to,
it to be done by golems.
or he's going to divert some of the items from the things. For instance, the slag production from Mobius's setup would
I'll
require some
quickly-
extra space.
I'll quickly go to talk to them because it's only 2 minutes left, so...
Okay.
See ya.
I'll follow along.
User left your channel.
How's it going, guys?
Badly.
Everyone doing fine?
Not breaking under the tension yet?
I'm having to make a furnace minecart since I've got nothing else to use.
Now you should note that there are 2 minutes remaining as of this moment. A little more than that it seems.
Go away!
You guys having fun yet?
I way over planned my build.
Yeah, we were waiting for a long time for it to place down your first blocks.
Well, Bevo, even if it's not completely working, be sure to place down everything that you have made pretty much before the timer runs out, because even though it might not be completely functional, we will still be taking in account everything that you have made and the idea behind it. So,
Yep, the concept counts as a big part of the scoring.
yep.
Alright, very interesting builds you got.
Indeed. I see we got some factorization right here, looking quite cool.
Even some
nice
railcraft.
card methods using, railcraft. We got some cool machines working here from Professor Mobius,
Which
really
I-
looking fancy.
I honestly did not expect railcraft in this build. Very, very interesting.
And we got some cool machines set up too at Bevo. So yeah, looking cool. And 1 more minute remaining, guys. 1 more minute remaining.
Okay, we are going to head back into the judges' room, at least I am. And once you guys are done placing down all your items, we will all move back to the main channel and we can discuss the builds.
Oh, and apparently the timer has already run out.
No, I was about to place the last 2 blocks.
Sorry. Time's
There
up.
we go.
Please meet me at the center, and we will be able to talk further.
Alright, so mine doesn't work at all.
The timer
Mine either.
fireworks should already be turned off. Why is it not turning off?
My FPS, it's dying.
I already turned it off.
There we go, it's off. Cool.
Okay. Looking good.
So, did you guys find any problems during the game, or did it all look good?
Time. Time.
Yes,
Yeah.
not enough time.
Yeah, I overplanned. I was gonna do a whole crazy MFR
User
type
joined your
contraption and
channel.
way over kind of thought it. I should have just gone for simple.
Well, it still looks good. You got something, so that's quite cool. So,
That was pretty much
User
when I
joined your
realized
channel.
nothing was gonna work. I decided I'll just start throwing stuff down.
User joined your channel.
yeah.
User
So,
joined your channel.
let's quickly move everyone to here.
User was moved to your channel.
We're hopping on over.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
So that's pretty much it for this round. The builds are complete, so Udaldor, should we start asking them what they think of their own builds and pretty much explain, what it does?
Okay. Will anyone volunteer as the first player to explain their builds?
I would.
All right. Let's go.
That way everyone else could feel a lot better about theirs.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
So
let's all move to the red platform to explain Bevo's build.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, my build basically was I realized I wasn't gonna have time to do what I wanted to do, so I started throwing stuff down. That's kind of like once we got to like 10 minutes left, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to get close to doing what I want to do, so I just started throwing machines down, and I didn't even get that done, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But the
so-
idea was I a long time ago I automated Greg Tech using Mindfactory Reloaded with the sorting system. And I was gonna make this whole crazy Mindfactory Reloaded sorting system, and kind of like someone's doing over there with Railcraft, but they got a lot further than I did. So I ended up just throwing two little things down that
Well,
don't
Bevo,
actually
you
go
still have
where
a
they're
little
supposed
bit
to.
of luck because I do like modern art.
nice.
Now, another thing is, if you were to have more time to finish this build, what would it have ended up as?
Well, I was going to do a tree farm. I was going to do an MFR tree farm, and it was going to be fueling all of this. And then I was just going to basically, these were actually too close together right here. But yeah, I was going to do the Mindfactory Reloaded, basically, export here, go over here, and then you go to the filter and all that kind of good stuff.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds
very
very
well.
interesting, people.
Now, one
Nice
thing
job.
that I've realized is that you think 30 minutes is a lot longer when you have infinite items
Yeah.
and fast
But it
machines.
But you have to process all those items. So like
Yeah.
the first 20 minutes is basically processing. And
Yeah,
realizing which items you don't have processed. Because like when you're in your normal world, you already have all your items processed because you already have sorting machines, all set up typically when you're trying to do something like this, or you've been playing for a little while, you have, your ingots already made. When you don't have ingots made, it's kind of, you forget, oh no, I didn't make any of these silver ingots. Okay, here goes another 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I think one of the fun parts of this is basically the situation that Bevo just explained of like, oh wait, I don't have that already. I need to make that.
Now,
Yeah.
there's one thing I'd like to add, and this is something we were talking about in the judges' room, that most people tend to have their favorite mods that they do processing, etc. If we all go over to the machines list, we can see that the Ender IO, Alloy Smelter, Furnaces, etc. have been heavily used by the contestants. However, no one has seemed to touch the IC2 Induction Smelter.
I was.
Oh, I didn't see there was one. Then look at
It's
the
not
size
used to
of
these
the-
new textures, it seems. But I was using it.
Oh.
Well, that would be one problem if we would have Direwolf ever compete in this. Well, he would sort of have an edge because this is his mod pack with only one mod added, so
Yeah.
we might have to switch to another mod pack then.
No, only to play fair for him.
Okay. Anyone would like to add anything to Bevo's build? Any questions or?
Looks pretty cool.
All right.
I like the idea that he's going for a tree farm when it's set for processing.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
thinking
Really
outside
think-
of the box there.
Yeah, exactly. Really cool. We'll definitely score
So-
some points for that.
Yes.
Okay, then
Most-
we'll probably move counter, or we'll move clockwise, and we will probably move to Professor Mobius's build, if that's
Yep.
cool with you, Professor Mobius.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, mine is like way more classical. It's I was going for induction smelter and a grinder to be able to feed it with cinnamon.
Cool.
Cinnabar, I mean, and to get like maximum output out of the induction smelter. I just have time to build like the first part of it.
Okay. Cool.
So supposed to have like another part with to process redstone ore to produce redstone and cinnabar.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a
Alright.
bit not really bit simple.
Yeah, it looks quite cool. Though.
Okay.
I like the approach
to
for the
point.
induction smelter because I know that not a lot of people use the induction smelter for ore processing.
Yeah.
At least that I know of.
Yeah.
I had
Like
I've
actually.
never, no one ever seems to use it. For
Yeah,
that.
I had forgotten about it myself, so.
It's
You
all
can
I
make like
use.
really cool setups with it, like a full loop, full feeding, self-feeding loops with it to make really nice output.
Yeah.
The only reason
And-
I'd see that most people don't use it is it does require a secondary input.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is the
that
thing,
comes from
yes.
the other ores in the sand. And the sand's
I
just
mean-
made.
He could just throw sand up here and set that as the input, and then throw another hopper right here, and I mean this is all working. So it's
Yeah, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing really
we
missing.
don't have the directional hopper for some reason. I don't see it from Buildcraft. The hopper you can orient the way you want.
Okay.
Hmm. Anyone like to add anything?
Nope.
It
I
works.
think, well, it works. Other than just missing one hopper and a bit of orientation magic wizardry
Yeah.
to finish it, it would work.
It is very close to working, yes.
Simple, yes. Complex, maybe not. But it does work.
Yeah. And it's original.
What is the eventual output of this?
It's 2 times, right?
Is 2 times?
Yeah,
but
with a
it's
minimum
gonna
of 3
be
times.
with a little bit of
Three.
extra.
With a chance of
It's-
3 times. So,
Okay,
It's
so
3 times if you
let's
use
see.
the Cinnabar.
how
That's
big
the
is the
same.
chance of getting Cinnabar? Or
Slag.
And which slag? It's
Cinnabar you can only get from redstone ore, I believe.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
And then from
utilizing
all other
the-
ores you can get rich slag, which is 5%. So let's say you get an output of 2.1 or something like that. 2.1
works.
ores per.
In the end,
Well, no,
it's a
Ingots per
little.
ore.
In the end, it's a little above 2.0x. So.
you know
pretty
what
cool,
I
yeah.
would
Well,
like to see.
Anyone writing
is-
that down from the judges?
No, recording all of it. So.
Yeah, but
Okay. Are we moving on?
I'd say
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Let's
So-
move to Pokefan.
Fan.
the monstrosity of redstone ore.
Yeah.
Heck,
of
it's
the
more
interesting
interesting
ones.
redstone.
or one of
So,
the more
yeah.
interesting builds.
This is
I'll
definitely
need-
the biggest builds.
Wow.
I'll need to
here.
get this cart, so more or less it's just a basic build. Why is that there? You put
Now-
that in there.
And it takes off. Woohoo.
It's
Now-
not meant to.
Wow. This is awesome.
Well, I personally would definitely call this build creative.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to get some ore from
Yeah.
here.
I love this one. This is absolutely fantastic.
So
yeah,
we just
I
got-
was very impressed when I saw that the infernal furnace was down after just a few minutes.
Yeah.
I remember the recipe and everything off by heart. So just place this down, it fills in, and then it should go off.
There it
goes
goes.
up
There we
here,
go.
and then the dropper drops it with turtle, which drops the actual item in the infernal furnace, and then the golem picks it up.
And I see you went with a little bit of a, unconventional
Modern
minecart track.
Oh yeah, I realised how halfway through it would work, so I just rebuilt it. I was like, I can't be bothered to do it properly.
Can I quickly look up what code you used in your turtle?
Yeah, it's just a basic wild true do turtle drop down one end.
All
So
right.
simple.
Yes. But it works. So.
I have
That's-
one little
that's really
question though.
Rick has a question.
And this may be like time problems or whatever, but why didn't you join up the Minecraft tracks into a circle?
The minute I placed that last time, thing I noticed it was the end of the time.
Oh
so
wow.
I see.
Dang.
But you
it's
were
just
planning
two
on doing that,
blocks, and
right?
it would be-
On
Yep.
making it a circle?
To be honest, why didn't you just make it go back the way it came and, hop back and forth with just normal power tracks?
Because I wanted to jump off the edge.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Well, I think we got some points for style there.
Definitely.
Yeah, suicidal minecarts.
Very creative and complex build.
Yeah.
I like it.
I absolutely love this, dude. This is fantastic.
Why is there a piston in
Plus for the redstone ore.
Beefo, your tech pack has like Railcraft and Thaumcraft in it, right?
Not Railcraft. Railcraft's not updated to Actually, neither of those, Railcraft or Thaumcraft, are updated
wow.
1.7.10 yet.
Oh yeah, of course.
I have permission for both, though. I did already get permissions. So.
Very cool.
Okay.
They will be added.
Anything else you would like to add to this build, Pokefan? Or anything
I
you would
was
like to say?
about to start crafting all the aspect stuff. I was gonna have just feeding from the AE system, have an export burst come out, and then just make loads of the Ignis aspect. But that would have took time and effort. So
You know that we are infinitely supplying all the Thaumcraft aspects, right?
okay, I would have done that then.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
I love it, Poke. Fantastic.
Also, I'd like to note that that's like really easy with just a few modifications to just expand it and have it almost modular. That's really cool about it.
I really like it, at least.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
awesome build. Nice job. Okay, so the final person is Dinius. Am I
Ooh.
pronouncing
Yeah,
that correctly?
we need some
Dinius.
explanation.
Oh, wow.
Dinius, doesn't it?
Ooh,
Nice.
factorization.
Now, I
Yeah.
think I'd like to point out that Dinius was the first one to actually kill an employee.
Um,
Nice.
It looks to me like someone's been watching Dire Spotlights.
Yeah. So the column.
So,
Guessing
yeah,
Danius, want to explain your build?
So my idea was to get a dropper to drop the items on the floor and the golem to pick them up and put them in the calcionic thingy burner, caliometric burner, because you can't pump it in that thing. So the golem would do that, and
Really
it's,
smart.
It escaped from its cage. I don't know how. And then this all would power, and then this all would get powered and would be doing the normal factorization or processing.
Well,
But
Ooh.
I
Your-
didn't get that far with that.
your build should be fully working if you supply some power, correct?
Yeah, I just need a cable here to this, and then it would get twice output already. Just need to smelt it.
I love this.
awesome.
Very cool.
This
Right.
is really good, dude.
Yeah.
I like this.
I like this too.
Now-
yeah,
There's also another thing I'd like to note is when all the judges looked around at the hissing sound and seeing TNT explode in the distance.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the explosions. I was all, uh-oh, that can't be good.
Yeah,
Looks
so,
like the golem made it through. Nice and safe.
Anything you
so,
want to add?
anything you would like to say, Dinius, or what you would like to add if you had a little bit more time?
Well, just expand the factorization or processing, but nothing special
Ah, okay.
further.
Looks cool.
Okay.
So,
I love
yeah,
it, man.
That's pretty much it for the builds and the talky bit of all you guys. So, probably what we'll do is let you guys have a little chat with each other, and the judges will quickly have a talk with each other, deciding who will get what score, and we will be back soon, basically once we got everything scored. So, yeah.
Okay, we will
Cool.
be
Alright.
right back.
Cool. Okay, yes, everyone is recording again. We are ready. So we judges took a little bit of time to pretty much think of all the numbers we should give you guys, and we pretty much came to a solid conclusion. So yeah, if you guys would like to hit enter while I will watch the monitors, just one at a time. Just what one are you starting with?
Okay.
Udaldor?
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay. So Pokefan, we scored
Pokefan.
your builds.
I'm not yellow.
I'm not yellow. I am
Wait, no.
yellow.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. I'm being blind. Professor Mobius, we scored your project. We scored on a grade from 0 to 3. So the creativity 1.5.
Oh.
Not too creative, but still a little bit thinking outside of the box with your design. So that's quite
New
cool.
machine, so
Yeah. The yield is 2.5 ors, or
2.1.
English per ors.
not
2.1.
2.5.
Sorry.
Good.
I don't know
Complexity.
your way of counting, but it's different than mine.
Complexity, well, it's not too complex, so
It's
we have to give
pretty
you a
simple.
1 for that. And you didn't use any of the additional bonus items, so we had to give you 0 points for that, giving an average of 1.15.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool. So then we'll
1.15.
move on to Pokefan probably.
The other one.
Udaldor?
Okay, that's green,
Feel like
right?
to do the honors.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
green.
What will we say about Pokefan?
Okay, so Pokefan, your build was actually quite awesome. You scored a 3 for creativity, like the maximum points for creativity you can get from us. Pretty much, you got, well, yeah,
This
just
suicidal
awesome, pretty much.
minecart really helps.
Yeah, this looks cool in general. It's quite creative, thinking outside of the box, and just cool in general. Your yields also 2.1, counting the nuggets you get from the.
No, it's actually 1.7 approximately.
1.7?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you get
you
about
don't
a stack of
always
ingots
get the
per
nines.
stack of ore, and so 64 divided by 9 is 7.7 approximate, so it's about 1.7.
Oh.
Oh, really? Corjaantje, you could go change it up.
Change it.
Let's go onwards after.
Sorry about that.
Complexity
Okay.
was the items you. How about no? That was
Okay, so Corjaantje, one more time.
Yeah. Okay. Creativity, 3 points. Yield, 1.7. Complexity, 2 points. And item bonus, 2 out of 3, with giving you an average of 2.175.
Very, very good.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome
Okay,
build.
then we'll move next up to Dinius. So, Udaldor.
I am on it.
Dinius
You're
scored
in it.
2 points for creativity. Quite nice. Didn't expect to be something like this, especially the part of the golem putting the things into the calorimetric burner. Didn't really expect that to happen, so that's quite cool. Nice job. The yield, 2 ingots, so that's quite cool. Complexity, well, not too complex, but still decent enough to be more basic than just a furnace on its own, so 1.75. Used one of the bonus items, which is the golem, giving you an average of 1.687. Nice job.
Yay.
Good job.
And then we'll move on to Bevo.
Yeah, Bevo. Right.
Okay,
Big
I'm
creativity.
afraid.
you got 3 points for creativity. I know you didn't build most of what you planned to do, but the idea you gave us and what you said you were planning to make after, if you had more time, pretty much that gave us the idea that you got quite some creativity in yourself, and pretty much we would score you all 3 points for creativity. So yeah, quite cool. The yields, also 2 ingots if you make it actually working. Complexity, well, it's not too complex, so we'll only score you 1 point for that. And you did not use any of the bonus items, giving you 1.5 points. So yeah, that's pretty much it for round 1.
I want to say also that the standings are: on the first place we have Pokefan, on the second place we have Dinius, on the third place we have Bevo, and on the fourth place we have Professor Mobius. But all of this can change because we still have 2 rounds to go.
Indeed.
Yay.
I hope you enjoyed watching that. This has been round 1 of game 1 of Supercharged.
Episode
and
1 of...
yeah, we'll see you guys next time pretty much. Anyone have
Yep.
anything to say?
Nope.
I
Stay
like
safe, everybody.
turtles.
Bye.
They
See ya.
Vaygrim?
Bye bye.